Welcome to WNL Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with men's lacrosse coach Gene McCabe, women's lacrosse captain Meade Brewster, and men's track and field captain Zander Tallman. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington Indley athletics. Women's tennis upset 7th-ranked Carnegie Mellon, beating the Tartans 7-2 in Lexington on Saturday. Men's tennis fell 5-4 to CMU, but WNL rebounded to knock off 16th-ranked North Carolina Wesleyan on Sunday. The track and field teams competed in Christopher Newport's Commonwealth Duels as the men recorded 17 top 3 finishes, while the women placed 15 athletes in the top 5. Baseball split a no-deck doubleheader at Emory and Henry, losing the first game 3-2, but routing the Wasps 21-5 in the nightcap. Women's lacrosse battled back from a second-half deficit to overcome Lynchburg 12-10 in overtime, and men's lacrosse picked up a 16-11 road win against Virginia Wesleyan. With me now is men's lacrosse coach Gene McCabe. Gene, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me back, Jeremy. It's great to be here.
You had the tough finish against Lynchburg last Wednesday night. How important was it after that to bounce back with the victory against the Marlins?
Well, I'll tell you, first of all, I was proud of our guys because I think it was an emotional game for us on Wednesday night against Lynchburg, and for a lot of reasons. One, it's a big rival game for us, and two, I think losing in overtime the way we did, it's tough. But I was really proud of our guys. We came back, and I challenged them to have 2 great practices Thursday, Friday. They knew what was ahead. We hadn't beaten Virginia Wesleyan in 2 years, in over 2 years, and it's a tough place to go play. So for us to go over there, and while we didn't play our best, we played really well, and our offense really stepped up, and I was proud of our guys, and we were fortunate to get the win.
The team's victory over Mary Washington on March 20th was the 500th win in the history of Washington Indley Lacrosse, which is in its 65th season. Talk about what that milestone means to your program.
Well, first of all, it's just an honor to be part of it, to be the coach of a team that helps our program cross that milestone is pretty cool. It speaks to all of those people who have come before us. Just the great coaches, obviously my mentor, Coach Stagnita, Jack Emmer, Dick Slaza, those types of coaches, but all the coaches, all the players in the program. It's just it's a tribute to all of them. To have a program winning percentage of nearly 60% over the 65 years here is pretty special, and I'm just honored to be part of it.
At this time last season, WNL was 6-6. Since that point, you've made a run to the ODAC championship game, and this year you've climbed your way back into the Division III top 10. What's happened on the field to facilitate this turnaround?
Well, I think, we had some guys, we had a sort of last year going through the season, we really struggled. We faced a lot of adversity, and adversity is either going to get the best of you or you're going to make the best of it. And I think that's exactly what this team did. I think we grew up during that time, having faced all that adversity. It was a real turning point for us last year around this time to go over to Randolph-Macon and win that game in overtime and then make that tournament run at the end of the year. But it's been the leadership of this group, these seniors now. We had a bunch of young, talented kids that were playing a lot of minutes for us through the heart of last season, and they grew up towards the end. And they went into the offseason hungry and focused and motivated. And I think that was, maybe the biggest reason. I think it was the work we put in when no one was looking. I think it's the hours in the weight room, the extra shooting, the buckets of balls, and then just the leadership from the top down to keep that momentum going. I think that's one of the reasons why we're here now and fortunate to be 9-2 and ranked and all those things.
WNL has played 6 teams that are currently in the Division III top 20. You're 4-2 in those games. How will your schedule help you as you pursue an ODAC title and an NCAA berth?
Well, we know that in order to be the best, we have to play the best. We feel like every one of those teams makes us better when we get a chance to play them. And our conference is tough. And I also think that our kids, I think Washington and the league kids, rise to the challenge. They want to play the best in the country. So for us to be able to go to Salisbury, to go to Denison, to go to Washington College, to play the Franklin and Marshalls at a conference, I think it gets the most out of the caliber of student athletes that we have. But also, it prepares us for the challenges that lie ahead once we get to the conference play. and you know, and seasons us. It allows us to prepare and play against the best throughout the year, which could only mean positive things for us come tournament time.
Gene, thanks for joining us here. Best of luck the rest of the year.
Jeremy, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
With me now is Zander Tallman, junior track and field captain from Grand Blanc, Michigan. Zander, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How has the outdoor season gone so far for W&L?
It's been really excellent. The excitement and competitiveness that my teammates and Coach Yule have shown has been outstanding. And I'm really excited to be back outdoor because I miss the indoor season. So just being with my teammates every week, day in and day out, it's been a great time.
As a sprinter, how do you prepare for your races?
Well, I know that Coach Yule prepares me physically every day at practice for the meets, and so come meet day, I just prepare myself mentally. That's the toughest part, is becoming confident that I can race and beat almost all of my opponents, and just prepare mentally. That's the toughest part for me.
You qualified for the NCAA Indoor and Outdoor Championships last year. What kind of personal goals have you set for the remainder of your college career?
This year, finishing up the outdoor season, I'd love to win all 4 of my events at conference. That would be really exciting, as well as making it to the national championship and becoming an All-American, which I have not yet accomplished. And then next year, barring any injuries, cross my fingers, it would be awesome to become the national champion for W&L.
How exciting is it for the team to be hosting this spring's ODAC championship meet?
It's amazing. At the carnival, I haven't seen so much excitement from our team and other teams, and that just bodes well for us because the other teams are going to be nervous coming into such a great facility, and they know that W&L is going to be coming hunting for them, especially Lynchburg.
Zander, thanks for being here. Best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you for having me, Jeremy.
With me now is Meade Brewster, junior lacrosse captain from Brookside, New Jersey. Meade, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
W&L battled back from a 9-6 deficit in the second half against Lynchburg on Saturday. You went on to win 12-10 in overtime. Just talk about the team's resolve in coming from behind for the victory.
Well, we had lost some of our momentum at the beginning of the second half, and then Brooke called a timeout, and she told us to fight back, and that's what we did. We started chipping away 1 goal at a time, and we started doing the little things. Our defense stepped up. We started putting our shots away. We started winning draw controls. And then right into overtime, the momentum was definitely on our side as we had 2 freshmen score the 2 goals of overtime, the only goals of overtime, giving us a win. So.
Speaking about the first-year class, it's a very big and talented class, and it's had to contribute right away. What kind of improvement have you seen from the young players on the roster?
They've definitely stepped up and continuously step up every single game and every single practice. A lot of them are asked to play a large amount of minutes for us from the very first game, and they've definitely filled the shoes that we sadly lost last year with a big class of seniors. And I think it says a lot that in overtime, 4 or 5 of the girls on the field were first years, and they were the ones who scored the final goals. So they've definitely done their job, if not more than that.
This season marks the 25th anniversary of women's lacrosse at Washington and Lee. There was a big celebration during the Virginia Wesleyan game back in March. From a player's perspective, what's it been like to be a part of a program with such a rich history?
It's been absolutely amazing. Jan built an awesome program, and Brooke has helped it to continuously grow, and Mary has definitely been a great part of that this year as well. And I think that I've been on the team for about 3 years now, won 2 ODAC championships, played in tight NCAA games, and that type of tradition and that type of strong background for a team has definitely helped with our 13 first years, kind of following in where we left off last year and continuously to grow. And I definitely think with all the alumni who came back for our game, it was amazing to see how much, one, they missed the sport, but even more that they missed one another, and how strong of a bond it forms not only while you're here, but it continues as you exit school and start on your career paths.
There are 2 teams that are currently unbeaten in conference play. You face Shenandoah tonight, you get Guilford later in April. What kind of opportunity does the team have to get back into the ODAC race?
I think that tonight is definitely going to be a battle, and as long as we have that fight that we had on Saturday and we continue to do the little things, and as long as we possess the ball, we could potentially be extremely successful tonight. It's a little weird because we've never played Shenandoah in an ODAC game before, or I've never played them at all. But I think it's definitely a great opportunity for us as a team to show everyone that we are a great team, and we will be back on top of the ODAC play. As for Guilford, we've been taught to look one game at a time, so we have exams and a little break and a few other games before we get to play them. But in the past, it's always been a hard game, and I definitely see that coming again. But one thing that Mary has definitely stressed to us as a team this year is that we want to peak in tournament play, and so I can promise you that you haven't quite seen everything yet, and that we will continue to grow as a team and as individual players, and we'll be at our prime once the tournament actually starts.
Meade, thanks for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
For WNL Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.